The one thing that I really just wanted to highlight, the biggest thing with this Bud Light one, is the specs that it's packing. Like this thing is kind of legit, bro. We're talking
Right.
it's got an Intel i7, better than my roommate's computer's fucking processor. Legitimately, it's got more RAM than his PC too. It's got 16 gigabytes of RAM. That's more RAM than my last PC.
Right.
And it serves as a console.
And it's packing a projector, dude.
Yeah, and a projector. I mean,
You grab your 6-pack, your Bud Light 6-pack. All you need is a wall, and you can kick your buddy's ass in Tekken because it comes preloaded on the console.
The one thing I will say, looking at this article here, is that they did skimp in the projector department. You're telling me you're only projecting at 720p, bro? Come on.
Yeah, step it up. That's all I gotta say. I mean, you're a beer manufacturer getting into consoles. You don't do it half-ass, right? Like,
I don't know. Like, I mean, if you look, I mean, they're a very simple company. If you look at the packaging, because I just looked at a Bud Light packaging, it just says like water, rice, flour, in like, I don't know, whatever their secret fourth ingredient is. So I don't know.
right.
You'd think
Right.
Bud Light with all this money though. Come on, man. You can't step it up.
I mean, I've got no complaints about what they're putting out. I mean, this isn't what they normally do, obviously. I think it's kind of cool that I mean, it's for a good cause, going for the National Restaurant Association Educational Foundation. I mean, everything that they're selling is like for like in charity auctions, and I mean, you can just set this up anywhere that there's a wall, and kick your buddy's butt. So
Yeah.
I think it's kind of cool overall. Goofy. And I mean, not something that I expect to see them do in the future.
How big is this thing?
I mean, it looks like a 6-pack. It looks like it's just a 6-pack.
It looks really tiny, doesn't it? But like, can they pack that much hardware without it like overheating?
Yeah. I mean, and that's.
I mean, they're no Coors Light, bro. I don't see no Blue Rocky Mountains.
Right. I mean, yeah. I don't know anything about their cooling system, but
you haven't gotten a look on the inside.
I mean, now that like we're talking about that a little bit, I know that we are also going to talk about the KFC, the KFC console. Can we pull that up?
Yeah, why don't we look at that? Boom.
Hold that up for me. Like this, it's just nuts that we have two companies like this that are like, oh yeah, we're gonna put out a gaming console.
I mean, this kind of shook the internet, right? A little bit. It caused a rift. I'm not saying there was a full-on earthquake, but like there was some hype.
Right, and like we were talking about how is like the Bud Light console going to like cool, right? And that's like the big drawing thing for the KFC console is that it can keep your chicken warm while you play games. They're like it opens up and it uses like the heat is filtered into like the one location.
Yeah.
To I mean, essentially keep your chicken warm. And I just want to say that I foresee this console having problems just like the Xbox 360 did, except this one's going to have the red wing of death instead of the red ring of death.
I mean, like, obviously, if you're running any legitimate sort of, I mean, pretty much any game at this point, but like, the amount of power that's consumed, I think it's a really interesting take in terms of like how they are implementing and dealing with the issue of the heat. Like, I don't know, like, is it only a matter of time until there's a lawsuit on somebody's hands about like KFC made me fat because I bought the KFC console and I buy a 12-piece bucket every night and nobody told me that chicken had calories in it.
I mean, I think that there's precedent with that with the McDonald's lawsuit from a while ago.
Right. I think that is it going to be like how greasy though are your hands going to be trying to grip that controller?
Right. It doesn't seem like these things go hand in hand, but apparently like this console packs enough punch to run Crysis and even Cyberpunk 2077. Like, bro, you're telling me that the last gen consoles can't run that stuff or can't run that, but this KFC console can? That's wild.
I literally, I don't think I read that. I'm gonna edit this and zoom in on my own face. This is my astonished face.
Yeah,
What?
yeah,
What?
nuts. It says it means that the KFC Council can run Crisis and even Cyberpunk 2077, as well as I Love You, Colonel Sanders, a finger-looking good dating simulator at an impressive 4K 240 FPS.
All
Okay,
right.
I'm guessing it runs the Colonel Sanders dating simulator at 240 FPS. And Nick, I think that's something we need to look into playing at some point. Um, but I mean, just crazy overall.
Yeah. That's insane.